I recently came across a tweet from an account in Twitter called Orange Book that said 1 year abroad in a different culture will teach you so many things than consuming hundreds of books, blog articles, YouTube videos about that culture. Nothing can replace real life experience. As soon as I read this tweet, right away it resonated what I truly believe in. I'm a strong believer of the fact that one's life, your life gets transformed when you leave your home country and move abroad. I'm a living example for this. So, when living in your home country, you take so many things for granted, and when you move abroad, you start to realize this, and this gives you a whole new perspective on your life. As an example, when I was in my home country, I was taken for granted. The delicious food my mom cooks, I was taken it for granted. Our mates that we had in our house, I was taken them for granted. And when that was the case, I don't know, like when I was not in a good mood or whatnot, so I was behaving in such a way that it used to hurt all of them. But when I moved abroad, so I started to realize that okay, I don't have any one of those that I had and I was taken for granted. And this really changed my mind in taking the actions that I take right now because I had this experience once already. So usually when we have things and when we take that for granted and without thinking twice, if we behave the way how we behave, then that's what really makes us not the kindest person. But when you realize this from a longer perspective, then it really makes you feel like not doing those things again. As a second example, or as a second thing that I really think will happen while living abroad is, so while living in your home country, all the things that happen around you is what you think as reality. And one example is, so I lived in India for 21 long years, and me being an Indian, all the news that we hear, all the things that we see on a daily basis is what we believe as true. And one of the examples is me being Indian, the way how things are portrayed in India about our neighbor Pakistanis, is we always think them as enemies, but the thing is those enmity is only on the political level. So but since we don't have the perspective, we also think that okay, everyone who's living in Pakistan is also as an enemy. But when you move abroad, for me myself, I had a neighbor who was a Pakistani and we really got along so well, and I started to question myself that okay, all the things that we believed in is not true. I mean, the people who we think are enemies are not actually enemies. Them just on the personal level are also human beings who are trying to make their life, who's trying to do something good for the society. And this is what you realize when you leave your home country. But when you are in your home country all the time and you listen all this news, then this is what you have in your mind. And when you move abroad, you start to question everything and also want to understand what exactly is truth, and this really puts you in a different perspective and you start to see the world in a whole new perspective. So as the next thing, what I also realized as a lesson that I learned while living abroad is that you go out for the very first time, as it's their culture to just greet any random person that they see on the street. You get greeted with hey, hello, how's it going? And you start to think slowly that okay, wow, I'm a random person living in a foreign country and someone is being kind with me. What's going on? And let me also start being kind to other people. And this is how the kindness can spread like ripples all over the place, and the world can become really good place when more and more people start to realize this. So you get to meet people from different parts of the world, different ethnicity, different cultural background, such that their culture is completely opposite to your culture maybe. And then you start to question yourself that okay, wow, all the things that I spoke with that person who comes from, let's say, some remote South American country, and all their beliefs, all their culture is quite conflicting to what you have as a culture in your home country. But since you didn't had the perspective while living in your home country that okay, other culture, they also have better life or good life that they are leading, then you start to question yourself that okay, what the belief systems that I always had in my mind, is it really true? Should I question myself? Whatever I believe in, is it something that I have to question myself and try to find the right answer? So these are the things that you start to do while living abroad, and this makes you a person who is more open-minded, less judgmental, and these are the positive effects that happens when someone leaves their home country, leaves their comfort zone, and experiences the life living abroad. So as I said, like, these are the very minute things but very crucial for someone's life to become more kind, to become more open-minded, to become more less judgmental, and these are the positive effects that you get to see while living abroad. If this video was insightful for you, please feel free to give a thumbs up. My whole idea with this channel is to share my own personal experience living abroad, living in a different country, and what are the lessons that I learned, so that it can be useful for you. And if that is something that you're looking into, if that is something what you like, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. I hope I would be providing you with some insights so that you can take informed decision on whatever you would like to do in your future. So also we have a weekly newsletter where we provide key insights and tips for thriving professionally and personally in Germany. So if that is something that you are interested in, also feel free to subscribe to the newsletter. The link will be also below in the description. And if you are someone who already knows that Germany is the place you want to come to, which is the heart of Europe, then we also have created a short mini course which is called the ultimate guide to finding a job and moving to Germany, and this can be your best 10 euros investment that you would have ever made. I hope you like the video. If that's something that you are looking forward to, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming back with the next video very soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.